different on different days. So perhaps you come to Sukhasana, easy seated pose, where you fold your legs, fold your knees in, bend your knees, fold your feet in towards your body. Sit up nice and straight and tall, or perhaps you sit on a block. Perhaps you do as I am and extend your legs out forward. My knees and legs are much happier doing that these days. So that is the posture I've adopted as my comfortable seated position. And once you get into that comfortable seat, if you have not done so already, close your eyes down. Resting your hands in your lap in a folded position such as I have, or perhaps you have the backs of your hands on either one of your corresponding legs, palms up towards the sky, or perhaps just some other position with your hands that feels right for you this morning. And soften your face and jaw. Bring your tongue off of the roof of your mouth. Let your shoulders be soft down away from your ears. Lengthen through your spine here. So as you do this, bring your attention to the very tip of your tailbone, and then feel how your spine lengthens from the bottom up. So lengthening all the way up, nice and slow, making your spine nice and long. And then let your attention travel up to the crown of your head. And then taking a moment now to bring your attention to your shoulder and hip alignment. So seeing it with your eyes closed, if you can just feel into the alignment between your shoulders and your hips. So this is another way to have your spine be nice and straight and erect. And then just taking the next few moments to notice what you are showing up to your practice with this morning. So notice what you are carrying with you energetically. And no judgments here, just observations. Just simply observe. Softening your face and jaw, bring your tongue off of the roof of your mouth. And just breathe into what you feel here. And so our theme for the next several weeks is going to be the Vayus. So Vayu is the Sanskrit word for wind. And in yogic philosophy, there are 5 Vayus. And they govern different areas of the physical body. And the idea is to open up through these areas as we concentrate on each specific Vayu. So the wind in that area can flow more freely. And so the 5 Vayus are the Prana Vayu. So that is the first and the main Vayu. This governs the heart, chest, and lungs. And it's responsible for the intake of energy, respiration, and inward movement. So keeping this wind or this Vayu open and flowing freely through the heart, chest, and lungs helps for the energy the intake of energy and respiration to move more freely. The second is the Prana Vayu. So this location is the pelvis and lower abdomen, and this manages and governs the downward and outward movements, such as elimination. So it's kind of opposite of prana. So prana is inward and kind of upward, and apana is outward and kind of downward. And then Samana Vayu. So this is in the area of the navel and abdominal region. This regulates assimilation, digestion, and the balance between the other Vayus. So this is in the very center of the body. It's kind of the bridge between the upper and the lower Vayus. So the Prana and Apana Vayus. And then moving on to Udana Vayu. So this governs the throat and the head, controls upward movement specifically, speech, and higher cognitive functions. So thinking of the wind flowing in the area of the throat and the head here. And then last but not least is the Vayana Vayu. So this pervades the entire body. So this manages circulation and distributing energy throughout the entire body. And this week our theme is our main Vayu, so the Prana Vayu. It's the fundamental energy that governs the circulation of oxygen and life force energy throughout the body, maintaining overall vitality and well-being. While this Vayu flows through the entire body, as they all do, it primarily functions in the heart chakra and the chest. And so, thinking about our chakra themes from a few weeks ago, this Vayu would center or would work in coordination with the heart chakra. And so when this Vayu is in balance, you feel a sense of vitality and energy. Your creative force is flowing freely. Feel awake and alive. And when the opposite is happening, so when you're kind of closed off with this Vayu, so the opposite happens. So you feel a sense of more stress and anxiety, maybe even depression. So oxygen feeds all of the areas of the body. And so this Vayu is responsible for the intake of the oxygen and respiration. And so a couple of ways to help open up this area, so the heart and the chest and the lungs, so the wind can flow more freely, is breath work, of course. And then, of course, our physical movement practice in that of heart and chest opening posture. So we're going to be doing a little bit of that this morning. We'll work on other postures as well, but that's going to be our big focus, is opening up through the heart, chest, and lungs to support our Prana Vayu. So as we move through our practice this morning, may we feel more open and expansive in our chest and into our Prana Vayu. Take a deep breath in through the nose, expand out through your chest. So let your breath begin at the bottom of your belly and then rise up into your chest, the top of the inhale. And then exhale to release, navel to spine. Take a deep breath in through the nose, bottom of the belly, rise up into the chest. And then exhale, release, and let the opposite happen. So let the chest fall back towards the back body and let the bottom of the exhale land at the bottom of the belly. Inhale, bottom of the belly, rising up, expand out through your chest. Perhaps you even draw your shoulders back as you do so. And then exhale, release, navel to spine. Slowly flutter your eyes open. We're going to start out with 10 rounds of nice expansive chest opening breath work. So I'll just do a quick demonstration. On our inhale, we're going to arc our spine, bring our fingertips out nice and wide, gaze goes up, and then on our exhale, we're going to round the spine, draw the fingertips forward and down, kind of down towards the earth. So we're going to do 10 rounds of those, and I'll sprinkle that throughout the practice as well. All right, next inhale, arc the spine, bring the fingertips out nice and wide, gaze goes up high. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Let the fingertips float forward and down. Inhale, we arc the spine, gaze goes up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, we arc and rise. Fingertips back, shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Fingertips float forward and down. Inhale, arc the spine, gaze goes up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, we arc, get nice and bright through the heart and chest. Exhale, we round, chin to chest, navel to spine. 5 more. Inhale, we arc and look up. Nice bright heart. Exhale, we round, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, expand out through your belly and chest. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. 3 more. Inhale, we arc, get nice and bright and look up. Exhale, we round, chin to chest, navel to spine, fingertips down. Inhale, nice and wide with our arms, we arc and look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Last one. Inhale to arc, get nice and bright, gaze goes up. And then exhale, we round, chin to chest, navel to spine. Next inhale, come back to your neutral position. Let your palms rest on your thighs. Getting nice and long in your spine. Shoulders are soft, tongue off of the roof of the mouth. And then exhale to release and just notice. Notice any energetic shifts in your subtle body and your physical body from these few rounds of breath work. Slowly flutter your eyes open, removing any props you may have. If you're like me, you always pack heavy. I pack heavy and always, including with props. We're going to make our way to a tabletop position. So shoulders are over wrists and hips are over knees. We're going to press into the 4 corners of the palms and grip the mat with the finger pads. Draw the tops of the shoulder heads down and away from your ears. And notice how that turns the upper arms out and away from each other. So walk your left knee and your left hand slightly in towards the center of your mat. Next, inhale, you're going to raise the right sole of the foot up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your right hip down, raise your left hip up. Stay right where you are, or next inhale, reach your left fingertips forward. I find if I curl my left toes underneath, that helps with stability sometimes. Exhale, if you'd like to take it further, swing your left arm around and see if you can grab a hold of your right foot with your left hand. You cannot grab it, just reach for it. That's totally okay. You are where you are in your practice. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Really gently pull on that right foot with that left hand. And then kick against the left hand with the right foot. Exhale to stay. Take a deep breath in. Beautiful. Exhale to stay. Take one more breath in right here. Breath out. We're going to release the right foot. Bring the right knee behind the left one. Kind of scoot yourself into center. Extend your feet as wide as your mat. Come into a modified version of child's pose here. So hips are down towards the heels. That does not mean that hips can actually reach the heels. And that is okay. Take a deep breath in through the nose to expand. Exhale, navel to spine. Next breath in, walk your hands out as wide as your mat. So remembering we're keeping that chest area open. So this is a really nice hip opening posture, but our focus is on our chest. So we want to open up through there as well. And exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, bottom of the belly, rise up through the chest. And exhale. Next inhale, we gaze up towards the top of the mat. Walk your hands back into a shoulder distance position. And then exhale, draw the chin in towards the chest, unwind the knees, and make your way back up to your tabletop position. Next inhale, we're going to walk the right hand towards the left one. Step the right foot forward. So we're making our way to a low lunge position. And you may want to pad under that left knee. You may want to bring your blanket knee. I'm actually going to do that to be nice to my poor little knees this morning. And exhale, sink your hips down towards the earth. You may or may not want to block under your hips here because we're in a lizard lunge position. So if your hands don't reach all the way down to the earth, you can always use your block to prop up on. Take a deep breath in through the nose. See if you can rise up through the crown of the head. Shrug the shoulders down the back. Exhale, sink your hips down towards the earth, even deeper if you have the space. So you can keep your right knee in towards your body here. Fullest, deepest inhale here. Exhale to stay. Next inhale, either take your hands or your hands and your block over towards the left long edge of the mat. So when you do this, see if you can keep that right knee straight up towards the sky and see if you can keep your shoulders peeled down your back and keep your torso raised. So it helps to have a block if you're getting into this posture in this way. Take a deep breath in through the nose right where you are. Exhale, see if your hips can sink down more deeply towards the earth. So we're getting into a nice opening in the psoas along the left side here. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. Next inhale, we release. Come back to center. Keep your block close by. If you think you're going to need it, maybe. Exhale to begin to straighten the front leg. Bring your hips back towards your heels. And we're going to make our way to actually have a seat on our heels. So I'm going to use my nice little blanket under my knees. My hips do not reach my heels, so I will have a seat on my block. And once you get there, take a moment to bring the tops of your hands to your thighs. Let your shoulders shrug down your back. Close your eyes for just a moment. Take a deep breath in. We're getting long and tall in the spine again. So from the very tip of the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And exhale. Next inhale, slowly flutter your eyes open. So we're going to come into that breath work once again. So we're going to expand out nice and wide with our hands, arc into our spine, gaze goes up towards the sky. Exhale, we round the spine, sprinkle the fingertips forward and down, chin towards chest. 5 rounds this time. Inhale, we get nice and wide and expansive with our arms, gaze goes up. Exhale, 2, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Fingertips sprinkle forward and down. Inhale, we arc and look up. Exhale, we round and look down. Inhale, we arc and look up nice and bright through our chest, expanding through our heart space. Exhale, 2, round and look down. Last one, inhale, we arc and look up nice and bright heart and chest and throat. Exhale, 2, round and sprinkle your fingertips forward and down. Next inhale, we come back to a neutral seated position. Close your eyes down once again. And then exhale to stay. Inhale, we flutter the eyes open, make our way back to our tabletop position. I'm just going to leave my blanket under my knees here. Being extra nice to myself this morning. Exhale to press down through the four corners of the palms. Once again, grip the mat with the finger pads. Turn the tops of the shoulder heads out and away from each other. So that simple little movement helps to brighten through your chest. Brighten and expand. All right, so we are stepping the right hand and right knee slightly towards the center of the mat, doing all of this on the other side. Next, inhale, left sole of the foot goes up towards the sky. So you're bending the left knee. Exhale to stay. Inhale to extend the right fingertips forward. Remember, curling those bottom toes does somewhat help with balance. Drop your left hip down, raise your right hip up. Draw in through your core. Beautiful, ladies. Exhale to reach around and see if you can grab for that left foot. So notice the difference in sides here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Gently tug on the left foot while pressing against your hand with it. So that's just a little play of opposite actions here. Exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale. Nice and bright through your chest. Exhale to release. Let your left knee come behind your right one. Scoot yourself into the center. Scoot your knees into center if necessary. Make your way to this modified child's pose. So I find for me, if bringing my feet as wide as the mat is possible, that is much better for my body in this posture. Take a deep breath in through the nose to expand. Exhale to side out, navel to spine. Fullest, deepest inhale. Exhale, walk your hands out as wide as your mat if they are not already there. Take a deep breath in, beginning at the bottom of the belly, rising up through the chest. And exhale. Next, inhale, we're going to gaze up towards the top of the mat. Walk your hands back into shoulder distance. Exhale, chin in towards the chest, round the spine, coming up, unwinding the knees, making your way back to your tabletop position. Next, inhale, you're going to walk your left hand towards your right. Step your left foot forward. So making our way into that low lizard lunge position here. And exhale, sink your hips down towards the earth. So if bringing a block underneath of your hands is a good idea for you, please feel free to do so. It's really nice that the block takes up space between the earth and the hands. Take a deep breath in, shrug the shoulders down the back, bring your gaze forward and up towards the sky. Exhale, perhaps your hips sink down towards the earth here. Another deep breath in through the nose. Breath out to stay. Next breath in. We either walk our block in our hands or just our hands, if we don't have a block, over towards the right long edge of the mat. And then exhale, come back to sinking your hips down low and see if you can peel your shoulders down your back and bring your chest forward and up. So this gets us nice and deep into the area of the frontal hip flexors and the inner groin muscles. Take a deep breath in through the nose, breathe out through the crown of the head, breathing into all of the lovely sensations. Exhale to stay, fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale, we release, come back to center. Inhale, we are going to front foot with our fingertips. Straighten the front leg, let the hips come back towards the right heel. And then exhale, we make our way back to seated on our heels once again. And as I previously said, I have to sit on my nice little friendly block here. All right, next inhale, we're going to extend out wide through our arms. Once again, arc into the spine. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. So coming back to that breath work once again. Inhale, we extend and expand and arc. Look up high. Exhale, we round. Sprinkle the fingertips forward and down, chin to chest. Inhale to expand. Look up towards the sky. Perhaps even keep your eyes closed. Exhale to round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, we expand. Exhale, we round. Inhale, we expand. Get nice and wide. Exhale, we round. Last one. Inhale, expand to make it count. The last one for this round. And then exhale to release. Sprinkle your fingertips forward and down as you round your spine. Let your palms meet your thighs. Long and tall in your spine. Close your eyes down. Checking in again with your shoulder to hip alignment. Checking that your shoulders are stacked directly over your hips, and see if you can do this with your eyes closed. Slowly flutter your eyes open, taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, we're going to float ourselves forward, walk our hands towards the top of the mat, curl our toes and hinge our hips to make our way into our Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So for this down dog, we're going to walk our feet and our hands kind of closer to each other. So we're coming into a shorter stance with our first down dog here. Pressing all four corners of the palms into the mat. Grip the mat with the finger pads. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And breath out. Next breath in, press firmly into the left palm. Make sure you keep that left shoulder down and away from the left ear. Breath out, you're going to release the right hand and let it walk towards the outside of the left leg. So I call this a down dog twist. That might be the actual name. I don't know. Inhale to peel your heart open to the left. Exhale, see if you can bring your gaze underneath of your left armpit. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. Next, inhale, release the right hand. Come back to center. Exhale, draw the right top of the shoulder head down and away from the ear. Press firmly into the right hand. And then inhale, switch sides. The left hand comes somewhere on the right leg. So the higher up it is, the less challenging it is. So make sure to honor that in your body. And if you have wrist stuff going on, just stay in your traditional downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose to expand. And exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, we bring the left hand back to center. Gaze up towards the top of the mat. Exhale to walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. So hands walk to feet. Next inhale, we come up to a flat back. Heel toe your feet out as wide as your mat here. Exhale to stay. Inhale, float your fingertips up behind you. Shrug the shoulders down the back. So we're keeping that area of the chest open for the Prana Vayu to flow freely. Exhale, clasp your fingers together behind you and let the crown of the head come down towards the earth. So perhaps your hands raise up over the back of your head. Perhaps if you have tight shoulders, if it's too much for you, you just rest your hands at your lower back near your sacrum. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, bring the clasped hands towards the lower back if they're not already there. Unwind them. Let them touch down with the earth. And then exhale, heel toe your feet back in to either hip distance or big toes touching. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up. Palms touch up top. Slight arc into the spine here. And then exhale, palms land at heart center. Drop the hands down by the hips and then inhale. Circle the arms out and up, bringing that arc into the spine. Once again, reach your fingertips back behind you. Exhale, we swan dive down, leading with our heart, hinging at the hips to fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, hands on the shins. We rise up to a flat back, shoulders down the back. Exhale, plant your fingertips and step your right toes back, dropping your right knee down to the earth. Perhaps you pad underneath of that right knee. Next, inhale, fingertips float forward and up. Stack your torso over your hips. Gently drag your right hip forward and left hip back. And then exhale, goal post your arms, sink down into that left knee, arc into the spine, and gaze goes up high. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out. Let all 10 fingertips frame the front foot. Breath in, we straighten the back leg. Tops of the shoulder heads are down and away from our ears. Maybe you even get light in your fingertips. Maybe not. Exhale 2, plant your palms and make your way to your downward facing dog. Pressing firmly into the palms, grip the mat with the finger pads. Inhale, bend the knees, raise heels and hips up towards the sky. And exhale, heels and heart melt down towards the earth. Next, inhale, chin in towards the chest. We roll our bodies forward into our plank pose. See if you can get your shoulders over your wrists. Beautiful. Exhale to drop your knees if you haven't already. Chest and chin, elbows hugging tight toward your ribs. Next, inhale, release the entire front side of your body. Peel your heart up, pressing into your palms for your Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Shoulders are down the back. Exhale to curl toes, hinge hips, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, step the left toes in the center of the mat. Let the right toes float up towards the sky. See if you can keep your shoulders squared here. And then exhale to round the spine. Draw the right knee in towards the nose. Float the shoulders over the wrists. And however you can get that right foot in between your hands, that's where we meet. Dropping your left heel off towards the right back corner of the mat. We're setting up for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So next, inhale, fingertips float forward and up, bending into the right knee, torso stacking over the hips. Exhale, turn your pinkies towards each other. Let your gaze go up high and sink down into that right knee. See if you can gently tuck your tailbone forward and up here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let your arms fall out to either side of you. So let them fall down to shoulder height. Breath out. We're going to come into eagle arms. So bringing your right elbow under your left, you're going to clasp your fingers together. You can also give yourself a hug. So you can also just rest your hands on your shoulders. That's less intense, specifically on the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. See if you can press your elbows away from you. Beautiful. Exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, begin to lean forward. Take a deep breath in through the nose, slowly but surely and gracefully. We're going to rise our left toes up behind us. Grab a hold of your prop in front of you, your chair or your block if necessary. Exhale to stay. Next inhale, unwind your arms. Either grab your chair or your block. And then exhale, we're going to open our heart. Open up nice and wide to the left, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Beautiful, ladies. Take a deep breath in. Reach left fingers and left toes even higher. Draw in through your core. Exhale nice and gracefully. We're going to release. And we're going to meet in our Warrior 2 posture. So, left foot is horizontal towards the back of the mat, bending into the right knee. We're reaching through all 10 fingers. Take a deep breath in through the nose, reach even higher or reach even further through the fingers. Tuck the tailbone up towards the belly button. Exhale, shoulders are soft down the back. Next breath in, we straighten the right leg. All 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. Reach your fingertips up to a 10 and 2 o'clock position. Tuck the tailbone up. Gaze goes up high. So it's as if you're praising the heavens above. Exhale to stay. Inhale, see if you can heel toe your feet towards, so bring your heels to face each other. Your toes face out towards the corners of your mat. You can keep your gaze up as you do this. Exhale, sit down into your goddess pose. So you're bending into your knees. Take a deep breath in through the nose right here. And breath out to stay. Take another deep breath in. And breath out. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Perhaps you begin to sway. So perhaps you begin to dance your goddess. They're just rocking back and forth from knee to knee. And yes, feel free to get nice and into it. Just see if you can keep your gaze up if you'd like to challenge yourself in that way. Next breath in, we're going to come back to center, back to stillness. Straighten your legs. All 10 toes facing towards the long edge of the mat. Reach high once again. Breath out, keeping a soft bend in the knees. We're painting that wall in front of us again. So we're bringing our fingertips forward and down, hinging at the hips. Crown of the head comes down towards the earth for our Prasarita Padottanasana pose, wide-legged fold. Next breath in, extend fingertips behind, rise up to a flat back. Breath out, crown of the head comes down towards the earth. Breath in, we rise up once again. Shrug the shoulders down the back, nice and bright through your heart space. Breath out, crown of the head down towards the earth. Breath in, we do that once again. We rise up, nice bright heart. Breath out, crown of the head down towards the earth. Next breath in, fingertips are on the earth. We rise up just about halfway. Breath out, come into low runner's lunge towards the front of your mat. So, right knee stacked over right ankle, let the hips sink down low. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out, step the left foot to the long edge of the mat and let the right foot come to the other long edge of the mat. So left foot to left long edge, right foot to right long edge. Take a deep breath in, extend fingertips behind, clasp them together if you wish. Breath out, crown of the head comes down towards the earth, and perhaps in this wide-legged fold, specifically, you come into some movement. So perhaps your head and neck are like a pendulum and you sway from side to side, shake your head, yes and no. Wherever you are, take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Take one more breath in here. And breath out, back to center, back to stillness. Release your clasped hands to your lower back. Unwind them. Next breath in. Let your fingertips touch down with the earth. Rise up to a flat back. Breath out, we heel toe our feet back in towards each other. Big toes touch or feet are hip distance. Next breath in, reverse swan dive, arms out and up, arc into the spine, palms touch. Breath out, palms land at heart center. All right, luckily we only have two sides because we're going to do all this again on the other side. So dropping your hands down by your hips. Next, inhale, circle the arms out and up, press through the four corners of the feet. Reach back through your fingertips, arc into your spine. Breath out, nice bright heart. We swan dive down and nose comes towards the knees to fold. Next breath in, hands on the shins, rise up to a flat back, shoulders down the back. Breath out, plant your fingers, and step your left toes back, dropping your left knee down to the earth, remembering to pad if you need. Next breath in, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So let your torso stack over your hips, reach your fingertips up high, gently drag left hip forward, right hip back. Breath out, goal post your arms, hips sink down towards the earth. Take a deep breath in through the nose, nice and bright through your heart, chest, and lungs. Breath out, all 10 fingertips frame the front foot. Breath in, we're going to straighten the back leg. Tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears, so our low runner's lunge. And maybe we really get ready to take off, or like we're going to take off, by getting light in our hands. Maybe not. Exhale, 2. Make your way to your Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Next breath in, bend the knees, heels and hips raise up high. Breath out, heels and heart melt down towards the earth. Breath in, chin in towards the chest. We roll our bodies forward into our plank pose. Breath out, either lower halfway down or all the way. So halfway is chaturanga, all the way you'd make your way to cobra pose. And then next breath in, we roll over the toes, peel the heart up for either your cobra pose or your puppy pose. Exhale to roll back over the toes and make your way to your Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Step the right toes in the center of the mat. Next, inhale, left toes float up to the sky behind you. See if you can keep your shoulders squared here. So keeping them in line with each other. Exhale to round the spine. Draw the left knee in towards center. Shoulders float over the wrists. And then you're going to walk that left foot in between your hands, however you can get it there. I always have to baby this side. Dropping your right heel off towards the left back corner of the mat. Inhale, we're setting up for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 posture. So bending into the left knee, facing the front short edge of the mat. Rise your fingertips up high. Turn your pinkies towards each other. And then exhale, sink down deep into that left knee, as deeply as you can. Take a deep breath in through the nose, breath out. Let your hands drop down to shoulder height. Next breath in, eagle arms the other way, so left elbow is under the right this time. Grabbing a hold of the hands or giving yourself a hug. Exhale, press the shoulders or press the elbows away from you and sink down more deeply into your left knee. Take a deep breath in through the nose, really stack your torso over your hips here. Breath out, begin to lean forward. Next breath in, begin to raise that back heel and see if you can come into this modified version of your Warrior 3 pose. I always wobble on this side. Exhale to stay. Next breath in, release the wind of your arms. Peel your heart, right fingertips and right toes to the right up towards the sky. Exhale to stay. Take a deep breath in here. Breath out as gracefully as you can, and it may not be graceful. It certainly isn't for me on this side. We meet in Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So just see if you can gently drop that back foot down. That did not work out for me. Take a deep breath in. That's why they call it a practice. Reach through all 10 fingers. Breath out, sink more deeply into that left knee. Tuck your tailbone forward and up as you breathe in. Let your shoulders soften down and feel how that brightens through your chest. Fullest, deepest inhale to straighten your legs. Let all 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. Reach your hands to a 10 and a 2 o'clock position. Tailbone tucks up, gaze goes up high. We are praising the heavens. Exhale 2, turn your heels towards each other and sink down into your goddess pose. So you can keep your gaze up towards the sky as you do so. Fullest, deepest inhale to reach. Exhale, perhaps you begin to sway. Deep inhale here, in through the nose, tailbone tucked up, shoulders and face and jaw are soft. Exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in. And exhale back to center. Straighten the legs. Inhale, reach high through your fingertips. Exhale, paint your wall. So nice and slow. Hinge at the hips. You're painting a pretend wall in front of you with your fingers. And the crown of the head comes down towards the earth. So perhaps, with the crown of the head towards the earth this time, perhaps you bring opposite hands to opposite elbows and begin to sway from side to side. Perhaps you shake your head, yes and no. Perhaps you stay perfectly still. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale and exhale. Next inhale, you come back to center, back to stillness. All 10 fingertips on the earth. We're going to rise up to a flat back here. Exhale, low runner's lunge towards the front of your mat. Hips sink down low. Take a deep breath in through the nose. I know I'm on the wrong side, sorry. Breath out. Press into your palms. Let your knees come down to the earth and hips come down to the heels for a traditional child's pose. So extend your fingertips forward towards the top of the mat. Let your forehead touch down with the earth or a block. So if you're extra tight in the frontal body, you can always place a block underneath of you. Fullest, deepest inhale to expand. Exhale to walk both hands over towards the left. So you're staying in your child's pose and you're walking your hands towards the left. So nice deep side body stretch here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. And breath out back to center. Breath in one time in center. Reach through your fingertips. And breath out opposite direction. So walking your hands over towards the right here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Feel how this gets a nice deep side body stretch here. So on this side, it's the left side that we're getting the deeper stretch. Exhale, navel to spine. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. Breath out. We come back through center. Breath in, press into your palms. Bring your gaze up towards the top of the mat. Shrug the shoulders down and away from each other. Breath out. We're going to roll ourselves forward and make our way to lay on our belly. And so we're setting up for our Sphinx pose. So press into your palms and your forearms. Your elbows are directly under your shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are down and away from your ears. So we have this tendency to always be slumped. I do it all the time, and I'm constantly correcting myself. We're staring at phones and screens and all that kind of stuff. So this practice is a great way to counteract all of that slumping that we do. We just might have to pay a little extra attention. So next, inhale, shrugging the shoulders down the back, grow long in the neck and out through the crown of the head. Maybe even close your eyes down. Exhale to stay. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, we release our hands. Bring our fingertips to tent out a little wider than your mat, so even on the floor here. Exhale, bring your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, we're going to roll up, get nice and bright in your heart space. Gaze goes up as high as it can go in your own body. Exhale, touch your forehead down to the earth. Inhale, we peel up once again. Let your gaze go up high. Exhale, touch your forehead down to the earth. Inhale, we peel up once again. Gaze goes up high. Exhale, we touch down. 2 more of these. Inhale, we rise up. Look up towards the sky. Exhale, forehead touches down. Last one. Inhale, we peel and rise up. And then exhale to release. Let one palm stack on top of the other. Forehead rests on the backs of the hands. And perhaps you bend your knees. Let the soles of the feet come up towards the sky. And let your feet fall from side to side here. So just windshield wipering your feet in this position. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. And breath out, coming back to center, back to stillness as you breathe in. Breathe out, release your toes down to the earth. And turn over and make your way onto your back. So as you make your way onto your back, tuck your tailbone up towards your belly button. Let your chin draw in toward your chest. Palms are resting by your hips. Your knees are bent. And soles of the feet are on the earth, hip distance. Next, inhale, press into the soles of the feet. Begin to rise your hips about halfway up. Exhale, make sure your shoulders are softened down and away from your ears. Inhale, we rise the hips a little higher. Exhale, clasp your fingers together under your sacrum. Walk your shoulders down your back. So not only does this brighten your heart space in your chest and lungs, it also gives you leverage to breathe in and rise the hips up even higher. See if you can keep your knees straight out from your hips. And exhale. Next inhale, maybe your hips go up more. Maybe you stay right where you are. And then exhale to unwind your hands. Let your palms rest on the earth and gently bring your hips down nice and slow to the earth. Once again, we're retucking our tailbone up towards our belly button, chin in towards our chest. Next inhale, we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. Exhale, press the right knee away from your body. So sparkle out through your toes here. Inhale, bring your arms either into a T or a goalpost shape. So that is entirely up to you as to what feels best in your body. I like to stretch my arms out nice and wide, and that also helps with that expansiveness in the heart space. Exhale, we're going to bump our hips over to the right. Take a deep breath in, breath out. You're going to let the left knee and the right sole of the foot fall over towards the left. So if this does not work to keep that right knee up towards the sky, you can always just come into your traditional reclined spinal twist and just stack your right knee over top of your left one. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Pin both shoulders down into the earth. Draw the tops of the shoulders down and away from your ears. And breath out. Your gaze is going to come over toward your right hand. So your right knee and your gaze are in opposite places. Take a deep breath in to expand. Breath out to side out and release. Fullest, deepest inhale from the bottom of the belly all the way up to the chest. And breath out, navel to spine. Take another deep breath in. And breath out, we unwind and release. Make our way back to center. So keeping your arms right where they are. Perhaps you change position. So if you have a goalpost position with your arms, perhaps you straighten them. If you have a straightened position with your arms, perhaps you bring them into a goalpost, or perhaps you just stay right where you are. As we venture on to the other side, so next inhale, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Exhale, press the left knee away from you. Sparkle out through your toes. So expanding your toes nice and wide. That's a great way to get a little foot stretch here. Take a deep breath in through the nose, keeping your shoulders pinned onto the earth. Breath out, we're going to bump our hips over to the left this time and let the right knee and left sole of the foot fall over to the right. So our left knee essentially, potentially, is up towards the sky. And if that doesn't work for you, just come into the traditional reclined spinal twist with the left knee stacked on the right one. Take a deep breath in through the nose, tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. Breath out, our gaze goes over towards the left hand. Fullest, deepest inhale. Exhale, navel to spine. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And breath out. Fullest, deepest inhale here. And exhale, we unwind and release. Come back to center. Bring your knees to touch. Feet as wide as your mat. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And come into some gentle windshield wipers here. Letting your knees fall from side to side. Maybe you even shake your head, yes and no. Breathing into what you feel in here. Coming back to center, back to stillness. Releasing your hands from your body. Bring your knees and feet to touch. Next, inhale, knees towards face, face towards knees. Wrap your hands around your shins. Give yourself a big hug. Beautiful. Exhale, release into your version of your final Shavasana. So perhaps you want to take up lots of space, such as we did. This was a very expansive and opening practice. So perhaps you want to stay in line with that. Take up lots of space in your Shavasana. Perhaps you want to grab your blanket, cover up, and get nice and cozy. Perhaps you want to prop up somehow. Perhaps you come to a seated position if lying all the way flat does not work for you. Wherever you land in your final resting position, closing your eyes down, releasing all of this work we just did down into the earth, and just rest. Bringing your focus to expansive breath in through your heart, chest, and lungs. And every time your mind wanders, come back to that breath pattern. Gently reawakening your physical body as you come back to some subtle movements such as wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles, maybe some windshield wipers, maybe a long body stretch by reaching your arms up overhead, pointing down through your toes. Taking any other movements while you're still reclined that feel good before making your way back where we started, back to your comfortable seat. Of course, that's whatever is comfortable for you as we conclude this wonderful, lovely Tuesday morning practice. Once you have found your seated position, close your eyes down. Growing long and tall in the spine, so from the very tip of the tailbone, take just a little extra time to lengthen and straighten through each individual vertebra. And once you have lengthened your spine in its entirety, with your eyes closed, bringing your attention to the stack of the shoulders over the hips. So that's just a little extra insurance policy, ensuring that your spine is nice and long. Bring your chin parallel to the earth. Soften your face, neck, and jaw. Bring your tongue off of the roof of the mouth. Soften your shoulders down. And notice what you feel. So notice what you feel versus an hour ago. Notice any subtle or pronounced energetic shifts in your physical and subtle bodies. And just breathe into what you notice. And as you walk off of your mat and out into the world, may you be able to breathe more deeply to keep that Prana Vayu, the life force energy wind, open and moving more freely. Bringing your palms to touch at heart center. Bow your chin in towards your chest. Deepest gratitude to our bodies and our breath to be able to move, breathe, and practice in this way and in this space and with each other. Deepest gratitude to ourselves for showing up. As always, that is half of the battle. Bringing your thumbs to rest at your third eye center, the space in between your eyebrows. And in our shared collective offerings, we bow forward. Namaste. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.